This one was submitted by Sheena Wright, and she asks if landlords can charge RUBS fees or some other kinds of utility charges. And first of all, I know what kind of business she runs, but because we have both commercial and residential landlords out there watching this, then I want you to know that the answer does depend slightly on if you're offering a commercial tenant or a residential tenant a lease. So first of all, commercial leases tend to be very permissive. So the law does not weigh in too heavily on what commercial landlords can do. And so the main thought process here is that as a business owner, you are savvy, you can afford a lawyer, you can afford to get good advice. And so therefore, if you enter into a contract as a business owner, the court's going to say, yeah, well, everybody's savvy. They knew what they were doing. And they'll let you enter into contracts that are kind of detrimental. Hopefully your contracts are not detrimental, but the court permits you to do pretty much whatever you want. However, the court does not have the same opinion about residential tenants. In the residential space, the court considers landlords to be far more savvy. Maybe a landlord can afford a lawyer, whereas many tenants cannot. And so the courts step in to protect tenants from landlords that do unscrupulous things. So we do see laws that influence tenants. So essentially what Iowa law says, and I suspect that this is a similar theme across the country, but if you're not in Iowa, you're going to want to check on your local laws, is that landlords have to disclose to tenants how utility fees are going to work before they sign the lease. And so if you want to do a utility sharing agreement for your tenants, fine, but you just have to make it clear, understandable before the tenant signs the lease. If at some point you need to change the utility situation, then you're going to have to notify the tenants in writing 30 days before the change becomes effective. So take that seriously. If you are doing utility sharing, just make sure that it's as fair as you can, and then make sure the tenants know about it before they sign. And then if you change it, notify them again.